Yo people, it's your boy Pozer. I'm in with Rolling Stone UK for my Future of Music cover shoot. Wow. I'd say I'd describe my sound as UK Jersey drill. It's really jumpy. Yeah, if you heard it in a dance, you'd be denying it. If you want to stand still, you have to move. You have to move when you hear my music. This is the new wave. It's original. I think the future of music now is anyone's guess, I'll be honest. There's so many different genres coming into the scene now. I'll be real, I feel like it's for anyone to take in. It's like, yeah, we're in a new space, we're making history. I feel like I'm just gonna continue to try and make music that's like true to me as an individual, true to the people that I'm trying to connect with, and then yeah, just keep making good music. I say an artist who I think is a trailblazer who's influenced me would be Max B. I think he's just an original guy. Like his flows is different. Everything about what he does is different. Like it's admirable. I'd say new age. My brethren's JS and YD. They're doing big things. For 2025, my hopes are to have a better year than last year. More money, more great music, more good vibes, more everything, man. I'm here for the people. Yeah, we're gonna live and have fun.